I have too much stuff. I buy too much stuff. If you're watching this video, chances are you have too much stuff as well, and you want to make a change. To solve this problem of too much, I've decided to make 2024 a year of less. We'll discuss my reasons why and go over 2 actionable methods I'm using to get rid of things and control my consumerism. My first reason why: I want to make my bedroom more habitable. I have the total accumulated possessions of a 26-year-old man stuffed into one bedroom. Granted, I have gotten rid of a lot over the years. My room is nowhere near as messy as it was when I was a kid. But nevertheless, I have too much stuff. For example, before I started culling the clothes that I have, I used to have to stuff my drawers down in order to close them. This is what I'm getting rid of from just 2 drawers. It's a lot. Those are things to discard or donate. If that's just from 2 drawers, I have a lot more work to do, but imagine where I'll be after a month of cleaning.
I got a few drawers right here that I'm gonna empty out, and then I'm gonna see what I wanna keep, discard, or give away. Let's go.
But right now, I have so much stuff that I don't want to deal with it. And whenever I move out, whatever remains will end up being my family's problem. Oh no. This is how we're gonna get rid of stuff. Swedish death cleaning, but instead of death, we're thinking about moving out. The philosophy of Swedish death cleaning is as follows. When I die, would I want to make my loved ones deal with this? I don't intend to die. Ever. Or at least not for a very long time. I'm only in my 20s. However, I'm very close to finishing graduate school, and I will hopefully be able to get a high-paying full-time job that will permit me to move out from my parents' place. And I have a lot more stuff in my room than I would ever want to take with me when I move out.
This only took me 45 minutes to accumulate.
If we replace the death in Swedish death cleaning with moving out, my mantra is as follows. When I move out, will I want to bring this with me or save this? If not, do I want to make my parents deal with it? With that perspective, a whole lot of things that I've been holding on to become a whole lot less precious. So hopefully throughout the year, I'll be donating or discarding a lot of stuff. Over the course of the following videos, you'll see I'll probably have less stuff in the background. So subscribe to see the change. However, I don't think I'll end up getting rid of any ocarinas. But that sticks with my rule. Considering I make videos about ocarinas, they'll be coming with me when I move out. That's not breaking the rules. So the next reason I'll be doing a year of less is to challenge my default consumerism. It is so easy to spend money. Buy that new gadget, try that new restaurant, get another drink, add that subscription. But consuming begets more consuming. In fact, whenever we get more, we get used to having more. We revert to a baseline level of happiness. This is called the hedonic treadmill, and it's something that just about every human experiences. So because of this hedonic treadmill, you want more, you get used to more, your happiness resets, and then you continue wanting more, and the cycle continues. But the thing is, the hedonic treadmill, also known as hedonic adaptation, goes both ways. Humans have a tendency to revert to a baseline level of happiness when positive life events occur, but they also have a tendency to revert to that same base level of happiness when negative events occur. That means rather than leveling up your consumerism into oblivion, what if you slowly pare it back and reverse the process? You can get used to having less and stay just as happy. As such, I want to hedonically adapt myself to reset to a lower baseline level of consumerism-related happiness. That's a lot of big words to say. I want to get used to having less. And I want to do more things that are creating or experiencing rather than consuming. Like spending more time making videos rather than going out and spending money. Finding free, cheap, or productive recreational activities to do with friends rather than just going out to eat or going out for drinks. Let's go to the library. Yeah. I also want to appreciate the things I already have more and find new ways to use them. Momo, show your face to the camera. He likes to hang out with me when I record videos.
You've been banished.
On top of that, I also want to get abs within the first 3 to 5 months of the year. I am very strong and quite buff, but I want to get ripped. And the consuming part of consumerism often entails consuming delicious, unhealthy foods. Consuming less will certainly help. It's my buff grandpa era. Deal with it. The next reason why I want to do a year of less is to control my finances better. I am fine financially, and I consider myself a very financially responsible person. My credit score is over 800. I pay off all my credit cards on time and in full. However, ever since I got laid off from my last full-time job, I've pretty much stopped saving money. Right now, I do make enough money and have low enough expenses that I can budget my way into saving more money. I just need a little bit of discipline. And this is not to say that the average person can or should think that they can budget their way into financial freedom. There's the whole saying of penny wise and pound foolish. You can obsess over the minutia and make a little bit of a difference and save a little bit of money, but ultimately it's more important to work on the bigger things. That said, I could probably cut my expenses in like half. Easily. Like, I don't need to buy a banh mi for lunch every single work shift I have. It's delicious, but I don't need it. I don't need to buy every new piece of tech that comes out that I even have a slight desire for. I've accumulated so much. I have 3 Stream Decks right there. I don't need 3 Stream Decks. And I certainly don't need to say yes to every invitation I get to go out for food or get drinks. That also gets in the way of my goal for abs, so... Libraries and hikes, that's what I want to be doing. But the thing is, when it comes to my group of friends, I tend to succumb easily to peer pressure. If someone invites me to do something, it like is almost physically painful for me to say no. Unless I have something that is like absolutely essential at the same time, like I will almost always say yes to invitations. And I enjoy things. I love being invited to things, and I love inviting people to things. I just think I do a little bit too much. And that takes away from 1, my ability to spend time on YouTube, and 2, it costs a lot of money. If you're going out and getting like a nice dinner with friends like once or twice a week, going out for drinks once a week, even just once a week, that adds up. So let's go over how I'm going to improve my finances. I'm going to be attempting a low buy year challenge. This low buy year challenge is inspired by fellow YouTuber Grace Nevitt. She has a whole lot of videos discussing what a no buy year is and how to do one. I'd recommend watching her videos for all the details on how to do a no buy year or low buy year, but I'll summarize. First, it's most important to express your goals of why you're doing a no or low buy year. That's why I'm talking about my why for every category. Then you think of what you typically spend money on and you put it in 3 categories. You have your green light list, which are things that are absolutely allowed, like essential food, which is groceries. Maybe if you have some exceptions for letting yourself eat out sometimes. Basically, it's things that you need and you're always allowed to buy when you run out or need to stock up on them, within reason. Next, you have the yellow light, which is things that are allowed in very specific scenarios. Next, there's the red light, which are things that are absolutely not allowed. Though I'm being less specifically strict on this one, it's more so they're not allowed until I've reached very certain milestones or benchmarks. The way I'm thinking of it is yellow light is yes if, and red light is no unless. It's a very similar way of thinking, but this works better for my life because I'm already quite responsible with my money. For example, I'm doing no new clothes unless I donate or discard at least 2 times the amount of items, and if it's an essential replacement, and when I reach my goal weight and end up needing a new wardrobe. If I even need a new wardrobe. Most of my clothes will still fit me when I weigh less. You can pause the video if you want to go through some of my green lights, yellow lights, or red lights. You can just pause and look. Some of these are things I'm saving up for. Some of these things are like particular rules. Like if I get a full-time job and I'm rushing from work to class, then yeah, it's probably fine for me to pick up something relatively healthy along the way. This is based off of a template by Grace Nevitt, by the way, so if you want to get a similar template of green, yellow, and red light lists, you can just download her template from one of her videos. I don't remember which. I'll link to it in the description. I intentionally made these rules somewhat flexible because if they're too strict, I could not completely adhere to them. At least I don't think I could adhere to the ones that would dramatically impede on my social life or business. But I do aim to be pretty close. And 90% adherence to a low buy year will still make me 90% more mindful about my consumerism. The final why for my year of less is to resist future lifestyle inflation. This goes back to the hedonic treadmill, but let me explain further. Because I'm privileged enough to have such a nice safety net of parental support and things like that, I haven't had to be particularly disciplined with my finances over the last year. And if I maintain that lack of discipline, when I get a good job or otherwise make more money, perhaps from YouTube if you all subscribe and grow my channel, I cannot inflate my lifestyle with it. Funnily enough, I was incredibly financially disciplined when I had a salaried job, but somehow that's gone away. Connecting this topic to my MBA coursework, I've been living the excess free cash flow problem of finance. When a company has too much free cash lying around, they tend to spend it unwisely. Think of when you get a large gift card or a large cash gift for your birthday or Christmas or something. If you get a $100 Amazon gift card, chances are within the next few days, you will find a way to spend $100 of that Amazon gift card. When people have money that they can spend floating around, they tend to spend it. And that especially goes for money that you didn't earn. I say earn in quotes, but that's just money that is given to you, like a present or winning the lottery. The free cash flow problem is actually a big reason why lottery winners go broke within a year or two after they win the lottery. They just feel compelled to spend all that money. I keep mentioning concepts from my MBA coursework and my videos. It's like I'm learning something or something like that. Ew. But I realized that I too have been doing this on a smaller scale in my own life. Since I'm able to spend almost all of the money that I earn with very little repercussions, I tend to spend all of the money that I earn. And as I've picked up more hours at my part-time job and stuff like that, that's grown to match the additional money that I make. My lifestyle is currently inflating with my income. Oh no. By practicing financial discipline now, doing a low buy year, and resetting my hedonic treadmill, I will be better equipped to make financially disciplined decisions when I make $1 bajillion one day. If I'm able to budget to max out my Roth IRA contributions this year, while I'm only working part-time and making some money from YouTube, imagine how well I'll be able to save when I make 3 to 5 times as much, even if my essential expenses rise too. Here's my main thought. If my income inflates, I want my savings to inflate with it first, not my lifestyle. How can you live with less? I'm aggressively pointing right now. Consumerism is our culture's default way of existing, but we can challenge that. I am not necessarily advocating for strict minimalism and eliminating everything you don't absolutely need from your life. But people like Marie Kondo say, focus on what sparks joy in your life. Chances are a lot of your consumerism is not giving you the joy you think it will. I'm advocating for you to try and understand what's actually essential in your life. Whether that's for necessity or fun and happiness, be mindful of what you add and what you subtract. As author Greg McEwen says in his book Essentialism, essentialism is not about how to get more things done. It's about how to get the right things done. It doesn't mean just doing less for the sake of less either. It's about making the wisest possible investment of your time and energy in order to operate at our highest point of contribution by doing only what is essential. Chances are, unfettered consumerism is not the wisest possible investment of your time and energy. How can you do less but better? How can you live with less this year? Is it getting rid of things, consuming less, or a bit of both? And no matter what you do, make sure you know why you are doing it. I want to manage my space better, to be considerate of my family, and to get better control of my finances, now and in the long term. Let me know in the comments why you want less and how you intend to do it. And one thing I don't want less of is support on YouTube, so thank you to my patrons Joshua and Logan. Otherwise, press those good YouTube buttons. Bye!